Good evening to you. We begin at 6 o'clock with a Conway woman who says her apartment was uninhabitable. And when she complained, she says she was told to move out.
The apartment complex is owned by the same person who recently lost their certificate of occupancy for a different apartment. 7 on your side's Ashley Lunningham has more on this story tonight. Ashley.
Chris, Beth, in a story we covered back in January, the city of Conway revoking that certificate, and tenants had to vacate the property. Now Kimberly Galuzzo says from leaking ceilings and plumbing issues upstairs to black mold growing on her walls and making her and her son sick, she says she wants to warn others about what she has been going through. Kimberly Galuzzo says for 6 years she lived at the Nest Apartments with no issues until about a year ago. She says the upstairs plumbing was leaking into her unit and code enforcement was called.
This is unsafe, this is hazardous, this could cause a fire, and electric fires can't be put out by water, so it would make it worse. You cannot be in here. How are you still in here? The first night in the water, hot water heater busts. They leave us there for 2 months with no hot water all through October and November.
Moving back into the unit, she says eventually it leaked again. She claims black mold started to show up, and she tried for months to get someone to fix it. About a month ago, her landlord eventually moved her and her son into a hotel for 2 weeks, claiming it was fixed. But she says the first night back was a nightmare.
My throat closed up, and my eyes were watery, his were swelled nearly shut. It's not safe for anybody.
And so she went to her landlord, who she says issued a 30-day notice to vacate.
Where did I violate my lease? My rent's paid. Who's in violation of lease?
The owner of the Nest tells KATV in a written statement the leak was repaired and had all drywall and insulation in the apartment removed and treated the apartment with fungicide to kill any existing mold and prevent new mold from growing. The same owner had previously been the subject of other disputes from an apartment complex on Washington Avenue, where the certificate of occupancy was revoked by the city due to living conditions. City officials say they were notified and are currently working with the owner to remedy the mold.
And we're working with the property owner right now to hopefully remedy the situation. He's been very cooperative so far. We do know that he's hired a mold specialist to kind of come in and test things, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Galuzzo says the state of her family's health caused her to speak out against him.
Why is my kid with a snotty nose all the time at the age of 8 and it shouldn't be this way? The mold. Why am I constantly clearing my throat and it never going away? The mold. I only want to go to court to make sure that his license is pulled and he can never do this to anybody else. Anybody.
Now, according to the statement from the owner, Galuzzo was on a month-by-month lease basis, and under the term agreement, both parties have the right to terminate that lease, and says the 30-day notice required was given. The owner has moved Galuzzo into a hotel for 30 days for the remainder of her lease. On your side, I'm Ashley Lunningham.
Okay, Ashley, thank you very much.
And Kelly says if black mold is found in the apartment, the owner will have to remove that mold before a tenant can live there.